Hello Internet, I'm Hazel and today I want to talk about a pure offline mode for Battle.net. More specifically, where is a pure offline mode for Battle.net? Let's start by looking at a bit of history. Battle.net 2.0 was released 6 years ago in 2009. Since then, Blizzard has expanded its functionality by adding the anonymous battle tag system, the desktop app, integrated cross-game chat, and most recently doubled the friend list size to 200. It's very clear that it's an ongoing project at Blizzard, which makes the missing offline mode a bit of a mystery. 3 years ago, in 2012, Blizzard released this blog post announcing the upcoming addition of a pure offline to Battle.net. The plan was to roll it out to WoW, Starcraft 2, and Diablo 3 individually as the games received major updates. The post ends with, "We'll share more information on the availability of this new feature in the months ahead." So that was September of 2012. The next that we hear about it is in March of 2014, where community manager Lore replies to a tweet. When asked if the appear offline feature was scrapped, he states, "We ran into some severe technical and systemic hurdles that resulted in it being put on the back burner for now." From what I can see, it's been radio silence on the issue ever since. That back burner's starting to kind of smell. So, let's talk about reasons why maybe offline mode shouldn't be a thing. Devil's advocate and all. The main conspiracy theory floating around is that Blizzard has changed their mind and feels that offline mode would result in emptier feeling games and weaken the player experience. WoW in particular is an innately social game with a lot of the experience depending on having people to play with. Player isolation is a growing problem in WoW, and I could see Blizz being hesitant to do anything that could possibly make it worse. It's important to note though that nowhere on the internet could I pin down Blizzard ever saying this. While it's possible that someone in charge thinks it would be bad for the community, I personally don't think that's it. The real reason why I think this feature still isn't here yet is exactly what they claim. Something is just too technically complicated about it and they don't feel it's worth the resources to fix. I imagine that the problem has been compounded by the release of Hearthstone, Heroes of the Storm, and one day Overwatch, none of which were a thing back in 2012. It's odd that they can't sort out a feature that Skype and Steam have had for ages, but I'm not a coder. Something to keep in mind is that there's an existing, functional workaround that I know Windows users can do by blocking an outgoing port in their firewall. It's a pain in the butt that you can enable on character select, and then it lets you play WoW while having Battle.net offline completely. It's tougher to believe that offline mode is too hard when you can almost do it yourself, but obviously invisible is very different from disconnecting completely, but at this point I'm not exactly picky. So, let's look at some reasons why I think this should be a higher priority, now more than ever. The first one is esports tournaments and preventing cheating through Battle.net. Hearthstone tournaments in particular have run into this issue, with people whispering valuable and cheating information to players in tournaments, whether they wanted it or not. As more small, independent tournaments try to get off the ground, having no global solution to that is going to impede growth of the scene. This could easily become an issue in their other games, especially as Blizzard tries to get more of its games recognized in the esports scene. Another good reason is for content creators, something that Blizzard has been excellent at supporting. I've watched a number of videos and streams, Starcraft in particular, where the caster just gets bombarded by whispers. It's distracting to the viewer, and in some cases it's impossible to avoid. In WoW, it's easy enough to create a tab of chat which you can then hide, but in games such as Heroes, Starcraft, and Hearthstone it's less easy. Streamers and YouTubers are a great source of free advertising for Blizzard, so supporting that is a bit of a no-brainer. The obvious reason for offline mode is general player privacy. You are much less likely to keep real-life acquaintances on your Battle.net when they can see your every move. Let's say that you cancel on plans with friends because you're ill, and then you stay in bed with some Hearthstone. They see you gaming and wonder if maybe you love Jiraxxus more than them. Or, I pug a lot of Arena, and if I find a good team, we'll all add each other. The next night they ask to play and I'm raiding, and then the next time I'm working on videos, and then I'll be raiding again. Maybe I'm waiting at the dentist playing Hearthstone on my phone. After being blown off 3 or 4 times, they don't want to play anymore and I don't blame them. Tanks and healers that pug raids will have the same issue, with people expecting them to be available because they see you online. This problem is easily bypassed if players could choose to appear available when they're actually available. I'd argue that in WoW, the lack of privacy leads to less multiplayer activity and not more. So, why are we still waiting? I believe that this is something that Blizzard recognizes the value of. Based on the original blog post, if this was coming, we're most likely to see it for each game separately with expansion launches. What I'd like to see, on this issue and in general from Blizzard lately, is more transparency. More communication about why it's taken so long, or a projected timeline, or whether they've given it up entirely. We've seen that they're still dedicated to improving BattleNet function with the recent increase of the friends cap. I know we're not entitled to anything, but offline mode would be healthy for the games and for the community. I just wish I knew where they were at on it. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about this issue and why you want or don't want offline mode for BattleNet in the comments, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.